Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to have a look at Parrot OS. Parrot OS is a Linux distribution that is based on Debian and it focuses on security and security tools. Let's move over to their website parrotsec.org. Parrot OS 7.2 is officially out, which is the version of Parrot OS that we are going to be testing today in a virtual machine. If you want to know more about the operating system, you can scroll down, visit the various tabs that are available here and get to know about the operating system. If you want to download the ISO, then you may click the download button which is in the middle of the screen here, or you can use the button on the top right corner. Whichever button you click, it will take you to the same page. So when I click that, it takes me here and we have various versions. We have security version, home, hack the box, spins, raspberry and special edition. So security is the Parrot OS, which comes with more than 800 security tools for penetration testing, digital forensics, etc. And then you have home edition, which is a normal Linux distribution. It has some security tools. It is private, it is privacy oriented, but it is also usable. It doesn't have a lot of security tools pre-installed. So if you are going to use it as a day-to-day operating system, a normal operating system, then the best choice would be the home edition. Then you have Hack the Box, which is specifically tailored for Hack the Box enthusiasts and CTF players. And then you have spins. So these are community spins that are built by the community. You have the Mate edition, LXQt edition, Enlightenment edition. So this will have different desktop environments or window managers. And then you have Raspberry Pi, which is for ARM devices, and then special editions for cloud editions, virtual machine optimized version, minimal installs, and some experimental releases will be here. If you are into that, then you may go that. But if you are a normal user, then you may want to stick with these two. If you want the security tools, go with the security edition. If you just want to use it as a normal desktop, then you can go with the home edition. In this video, I have chosen the security edition. So you can click here, download security. You have the ISO, then you have the OVA, the virtual box optimized images. We are not going to do the installation in a virtual box. And then you have Apple Silicon virtual images, VMware virtual disk for Word Manager for QEMU/KVM. These are all optimized for those particular virtual machines, but I'm not going to use those ISOs. We are just going to use the first ISO, which is the normal ISO, which you will use if you are going to install Parrot OS on your computer directly. So we are going to use that ISO to test it in a virtual machine. So I have already downloaded it. So I'm going to the fourth workspace where Word Manager will open, and we are going to install Parrot OS as a virtual machine. So we are going to the top left corner and click on this icon, create a new virtual machine. Local install media, since we already have the ISO image downloaded, let's go forward. Let's go to browse, go to my ISOs directory, find Parrot OS ISO. This is the torrent file. If you choose that, then it won't work. So we are going to select the ISO file, then choose volume. It has not detected the operating system. Let's try typing Parrot OS. It's not available. So let's choose generic Linux 2024. And then let's go forward. For memory, the RAM, let's give it around 6 gigabytes of RAM, 3 of my CPU cores, and let's go forward. For storage, let's select a create custom storage. Let's go to manage, go to the VMs where I keep my virtual machines. Click on the plus icon to create a new volume. Name the volume as Parrot-sec, and then for the capacity, I'm going to give it around, I don't know, maybe 70 gigabytes because this is the security edition, just to be safe. I think 50 gigabytes should be fine, but just to be safe, I am allocating it 70 gigabytes. Let's give finish so that the storage volume will be created. The storage volume has been created. It has been selected as well. So let's give choose volume. Let's go forward. Name of the virtual machine, let's again name it Parrot-sec. And if you want to do any more customizations to this virtual machine, you may check this box. I don't want to do any more customization, so I am just going to click on finish and it should start the ISO. So try or install, and you also have advanced modes. What are in the advanced modes? You have terminal board, RAM board, persistence, encrypted persistence. We are not going to meddle with any of those. Let's go back and let's go try install. Fail safe modes. If you are having any issues when you are using the first mode, the try/install, if it is not booting into the graphical environment, then you may try these fail safe modes. So if you are the most most sensible thing would be to use the first option, no mode set. Or if you are using a NVIDIA or a AMD GPU, then you may try the second option. These are all in case if the first try/install doesn't work. We are in a virtual machine, so the first option should work. So I'm going to press enter. Okay, we get the Parrot OS logo. It seems like there is a glitch, but it is not a glitch. That's how the logo is actually designed. Okay, we have the mouse pointer, we have the login screen. We can just click login. I think it will take us into the live environment. It didn't ask for any password. We are having some text here. Okay, something is going on. Okay, we have a cool new logo here. It's actually looking good. The display resolution is not perfect because this is a virtual machine. So I'm not going to change, maybe we will change, I'm not going to change it now. Let's install Parrot OS, and once we get into the install system, let's change the display resolution. So we have the option here, install Parrot. It doesn't seem like the installer automatically opens, so let me double press it to open the installer. And we have the Calamaris installer. Welcome to the Calamaris installer for Parrot 7.2, which is codenamed as Echo. The first screen gives you an option to choose the language. American English is set by default, which is fine for me. Let's go next. And then we have time zone. I'm going to choose my time zone, which is Asia, Kolkata, because I'm in India. And then let's go next. Because we chose the time zone, the language has been set to English India, and the number and dates locale will also be set to English India. Let's go next. And then we have to choose the keyboard layout. By default, it's English US. For me, that's fine. If you want to change it, you have a huge option, number of options here for you to choose from. For me, English US is fine, so I'm going to give next. And then we have the options for partitioning the disk. Either you can give the operating system complete control by choosing erase disk, or if you want to partition your disks in a particular way, you may go with the manual partitioning. So if I was doing it in a real machine, I'll mostly do a manual partitioning. But since this is a virtual machine, I'm just going to give the operating system full control over partitioning the disk. And for swap, you can choose swap no hibernate, swap with hibernate, or swap to file. I'm going to choose swap to file. And we don't have any option to choose any file system. By default, it has chosen ButterFS, which is what I would have chosen if there was a choice. So I have no issues there. Let's go next. And then it's asking for my name. Let me type in my name. Name of the computer will be parrot-sec-word. And then we have to choose a password. Let's will it allow me to use a short password? Yes, it does. Let's go next. And this is a summary of what we have done so far. The time zone has been set to Asia, Kolkata. System language is English India. Numbers and dates also set to English India. The keyboard model is generic 105 keyboard, and it's set to English US. And then this is how the disk will be partitioned. So if I press install, it will give me a warning that you won't be able to undo any changes once I press install. I don't want to undo any changes, so I am going to click on install now. And this part of the installation is going to take a bit of time, so I'll join you once this process has been completed. So the installation has been completed. So if you want to move around in the live environment, you can do that, although that doesn't make any more sense. So we are the restart now box is already checked, so we are going to press done so that we boot into the installed system. Okay, so let's make this full screen. We have the grub here, Parrot OS 7 GNU/Linux advanced options. We don't have any advanced options because we don't have any other Linux kernels installed. If you have the LTS kernel installed in addition to the standard kernel, then you will see those also in the advanced option. So let's go with the standard option here. Okay, and after staring at the glitchy Parrot OS logo for about 20 seconds, we get to the login screen. So I'll enter my password and press enter. And we have the cursor and it's loading up. And it's kind of a heavy desktop, I guess, so it takes its time to load, and it has a lot of apps pre-installed as well, so that will also have its effect on the performance of the system. Okay, so we are inside the installed system. So let me right click here and go to display configuration. This is actually KDE Plasma, so it is a heavy desktop environment. And let's change the resolution to 1920 into 1080, which is the size of my screen. Let me press on apply and keep display configuration. Yes, keep display configuration, and let's close this. Again, the close buttons are on the left side, which is like Mac OS and not like Windows. So if you are coming from Windows, then it will be a bit of a learning curve to get used to that. That's a pretty tough thing to get used to, that I know that. So that's that. And now let's go ahead and check the usage. Let's open up the terminal first and let's type in htop. I think htop is installed. Yes, it is. Let's make this full screen, and it takes around 1.36 gigabytes of RAM. Again, this is KDE Plasma, and it's a heavily configured KDE Plasma, and a lot of stuff is also running in the background. So this is acceptable, 1.5 gigabytes. Although I may not accept it in my real machine, but if you want such a feature packed desktop environment, then these are the things that you have to live with. So let's close this. Yes, close window please. Now let's have a look at the applications. Let's go to the application menu, and we have privacy related, development related, game related, and graphics, and all the standard stuff. So the thing that I'm going to do with this edition of Parrot OS is, we are going to have a look at the various security application installed one by one, or maybe 2 or 3 applications, depending on how much time it takes to explain the features and the function of a particular application. I plan to do so. So we will be continuing this in the next video with an application that comes pre-installed with Parrot OS, and if the hardware permits, we may also look at a use case. We may also see some example of how to use that particular application. So that's it for this video, but we are going to continue from where we left today in the upcoming video. So thank you for watching. If you have been watching until this time, you have made me really happy. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. If you have something to say about this video, you can mention them in the comment section. If you think that this video will be useful to somebody, kindly share this video. Most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.